What is going on, my Carp Nation? I am BobZeBattleDroid. I have a little bit of a news update. I'd like to call it a Wailord size update. This is some pretty big news we just got here. I'm here on the Pokémon.com website, and as you can see right here by the title of this article, it says Big Play. Pokemon changes on the way for 2017. So essentially what Pokemon has decided to do, due to the community becoming bigger, and I'm very happy about that. The community is becoming bigger and bigger. That's great. It has decided to change pretty much all of how the competitive play works. They're changing pretty much how the championship series works, how different events work. And so let's just get into what they wrote on the article here. So I'll just read it off to you guys. It says, get ready for an epic year of competitive Pokemon trading card game and video game battling at all levels, including the Championship Series. With all new events in the 2017 Play Pokemon season, we're making significant changes to the program to improve players' chances to compete and win across the world. Take a look. So, essentially, Pokemon is trying to do this to make the more players have an opportunity to win. I don't know if that is all the case, but we'll see. So essentially how it's working is they've taken away Nationals, as you can see in the second paragraph here. They're saying they're introducing new Championship Series, which means that those are going to be replacing Nationals. There's 4 of them, one in Europe, one in Central Asia Pacific, so one in Asia, one in Latin America, and one in North America. So we're going to have huge, gigantic tournaments. These are going to be like breaking size tournaments. I mean, obviously the North American one's going to break the current Nationals record of this year, because we're going to have players from Mexico and Canada, right? A couple hundred from Canada, a couple hundred from Mexico. All right, more of like 300, 400 from Canada if we're, talking about like full on, all the players. And, it's just going to be gigantic tournament. And because they're making these tournaments so much bigger, you can also see that they're making a prize pool of $250,000 per event, which is $1 million in total, which is great. More money is amazing. I think that's great that the community is doing that. And because they've taken away Nationals, they're trying to make the step of a Regionals more like a Nationals, right? So what they're doing is they're trying to make Regionals more accessible to players, more prizes as well. So they've upped the prize count for regionals as well, $50,000. The prize money, scholarships, travel certificates. But the cool thing about it is in United States we didn't really see, it wasn't really that bad because you had the fall, winter, and spring regionals. But in times like in places like Europe, you would have a period of a couple weeks where it was just, you couldn't, it would just be like your weeks rather, because you'd have so many regionals just kind of stacked and clumped together. They're trying to spread those out more, kind of like they have in the United States. They haven't talked about if they're going to up the count, but I really hope they do, because I think, regionals should become, they want to make more accessible, and one of the big steps is just upping more. So I think they might make a couple more. I don't know. Hopefully they do something around that, and so maybe they can become more of a, at least one in a couple states, because right now we have kind of one, you have different regions, but sometimes some states kind of get gypped out, like if you're in the, Southwest or something, you live in like Idaho or something, there's no Idaho regional, right? You'd have to go to California. I think there's one in California. I don't even know where regionals are. I just know the Midwest ones, because that's where I live. So yeah, kind of rambling on right here now. So yeah, pretty much that's what regionals is going to be. And the also big thing is that state championships are being taken away. So hopefully, as I've said, regionals can kind of replace that. It won't be a replace because it'll be a step up really more towards replacing Nationals. And they've also changed the name of city championships, which will be League Cups. But the big thing is now they can be at hobby stores, so your card shops and stuff like that, where a city championship had to be at a place where, typically, obviously, typically there's like, you have a city where there's ever a league, but it have to be, some kind of public area or public building typically, but now they're making it eligible for hobby shop stores to host a League Cup every quarter. So your hobby shop could host, 3 or 4 League Cup events, which means that your local card store, 5 miles down the road, can now host one. You don't have to drive a half an hour to some town that's got a public building that's large enough for a city championship, or now currently a League Cup. So I'm excited for this. Going to be a lot more League Cups. Going to be a lot more play points throwing around, or not play points, a lot more championship points rather, getting thrown around. Pokemon's also released the championship point count, which is going to be a big deal. If they keep it the same, it'll be a lot easier for players to get into Worlds because there's going to be way more tournaments and way more events. And I'm also assuming Nationals is going to have a huge amount, or not Nationals, but those continental tournaments. I don't know what to call them at this point. But those are going to have a huge count of points. And so they're also going to have Premier Challenge and Mid-Season Showdown events for the video game players. Not that big on for the trading card game players, so we can kind of just skip through that. But it is a big deal because it was a little difficult for video game players to get championship points. You had opportunity. They needed more of an opportunity to get their points, and so that was a big deal. Because really, if it's a trading card game, you do need more points to get in, but still, there's way more opportunities, way more events. And they are, as far as we know, they're still going to have league challenges, because it says at every event listed above, players can earn championship points. So there's still going to be those league challenges, and it's not going to be a whole lot. League challenges really never gave out a whole lot of points, but they should still give out events, which will be good. And so yeah, so right there at the bottom of the article, it just says championship points totals needed to qualify for the 2017 World Championships will be announced in September. So yeah, that's, we're gonna get the information out then. But again, this is Wailord size news. I had to show this to you guys. Don't typically do news videos. I wasn't gonna show you guys the Alola Form Executor because there's already plenty of people out. But this is just huge news, and there are less trading card game players as there are Pokemon fans, and something like an Alola Form Pokemon is gonna get a lot more coverage than something like this, where this is just huge. This is gigantic news. I mean, this is a total revamp, right? When they got rid of battle roads and made league challenges instead, that was a big deal. Now this is a total revamp of the entire thing, and I'm excited to see how it goes. Not a big fan of losing nationals, but I mean, I guess the Continentals are going to be a huge event. I think North America is probably going to hit 3,000. It's likely, or at least 2,500, because it probably will get some people to not go to the event just because it's wherever it's located. It kind of draws back some of the people, which is why I'm kind of wary about it. Which is really the reason why Pokemon needs to have way more regional championships to kind of help people that can't afford to go all the way into a different country, right? If you're Canadian, you're Canadian and it's being hosted in Mexico, I mean, you have to fly out, or you're taking a long drive, and it's just a lot of money, and it's difficult. I'm assuming it's going to be hosted in the United States for most of the time. Just make it convenient, not kind of stick it to either Mexico or Canada one of those years. Probably going to stay somewhere in just the middle of the United States, Kansas or something. So that's going to be about it for this video. Just a quick news video. Wailord size news again. Wailord. I'm going Wailord. This is Wailord size news. This is the big 250 HP Wailord size news. It's bigger than Wailord. It's 2 Wailords. It's 2. You can't be 2 Wailords besides 3 Wailords. But it's not 3 Wailords. That's going to be, I don't know what that will be. When they get rid of World Championships, please Pokemon, don't do that. Seriously, don't. But that's going to be about it for this video. I've been rambling on for way too long. Just get done with this, right? That's what I need to do. So, if you're interested in seeing more of my videos, I do a bunch of other stuff. So, just make sure, if you want to do that, you can subscribe to this channel. Do a lot of deck profiles and stuff. I typically don't do news videos, but again, big news. Gotta show this to you guys. So, that's going to be about it for this video. And anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to catch you guys later in the next video. See you later.